What's up, everybody? This is Proto. We've got a new month for you, new month of games. If you're watching this before April, you get to see it ahead of time. If you're seeing it on April 1st, this is not a joke. And if you're watching it in the months, you get to see some games that are coming out. So, quick shameless plug as always. If you guys enjoy the content, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. This is one video I do every month that I look forward to, just letting you guys know some new games coming out, whether they're indie, AAA, VR, and whatnot. But with that being said, all that shameless stuff out of the way, let's look at the new games coming out in April. At number 10, we have Topspin 2K25. Topspin is back with a new entry for fans to enjoy. You can create your own character, having them compete against the best players to win titles and tournaments in My Career. You can play in iconic locations from the pro leagues, play online and multiplayer, and more. Now, this game looks very nice visually, but I'm actually more concerned on how it performs, because a lot of times when you see trailers of these games, they look great, they look perfect, but then when you play it, they're either laggy or buggy, or the graphics are downscale some. And hopefully this game will not be overloaded with microtransactions, but we'll have to wait and see how it turns out and see how the community and the fans of these games take to it. Topspin 2K25 is set to release April 26. At number 9, we have Colony Defense. Coming out in early access, you're tasked with defending colonies from monsters and invaders in this tower defense based game. You'll have to plan your moves carefully and decide which weapons to use in battle as the difficulty goes up. Now, this looks like one of those simple to learn but hard to master type of games. And the higher the level, the more challenging it becomes. And I like those type of games myself. But we'll have to see how it turns out. Like I said, this is just coming out in early access, so I can imagine it's going to be a lot more coming to this game down the pipeline. Colony Defense is set to release April 1st. At number 8, we have Another Craft Treasure. Now, in this Souls-like fighter game, you're set in the ocean, and you play as a crab on a journey to get your shell back. Now, you'll be able to use trash around you for shells that will have unique abilities, as well as learn new techniques to fight off enemies and bosses alike as you travel across different biomes in this journey. Now, this game looks great with its bright colors and its graphics. It doesn't give me like the look of a Souls-like game, because usually those are like very dark and gritty games, but this one's very colorful and beautiful. But this is going to be a Souls-like game, so parrying, counter, and all that goodness. The developer's saying this is a good entry into Souls-like games, so if you never played one, this may be one you want to take up and give it a try. And if you like it, you can try getting into the harder ones. But we'll see how the community, especially the Souls-like community, takes to these games, because they're either highly praised or highly criticized, sometimes in between. Another Craft Treasure is set to release April 25th. At number 7, we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Arcade: The Wrath of the Mutants. Now, and this is based on the 2017 arcade fighter, so if you played it in the arcades, you'll recognize this. You get to play as the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from the 2012 version of them. Now, it's the classic beat 'em up, beating up the guy, beating up the bad guys, beating up the foot troops, and all that goodness. And with a few more additional levels and some new bosses to challenge you, as you can either play solo or with 3 other friends in co-op. Now, this sounds like the perfect game just to grab a whole bunch of friends together and just play together. It would be nice if there was an online co-op mode for this, but I kind of can't knock it. I do like that classic co-op where your friends are together and you're all playing it together. But we'll have to see how people take to it and see how much it feels like the arcade. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Wrath of the Mutants is set to release April 23rd. At number 6, we have Tales of Kenzera. In this action platformer, you play as the son of a shaman trying to get the spirit of your dad back, but you must take down 3 great spirits to achieve your goal. Now, you'll be able to use the magic of 2 powers, each with their own unique advantages, to solve puzzles, move around, and take down enemies. And what's kind of unique about these powers, one is the power of the moon, one's the power of the sun. So the sun's being more strifeful, more powerful, the moon being more precise, freezing people and whatnot. So you get to use them both at the same time, and they complement each other very well from the gameplay, as you guys see. Now, this game looks amazing graphically, and the combat looks fluid and so much fun to me. This may be one I'll be keeping an eye on for myself just to play during the downtime. Tales of Kenzera is set to release April 23rd. At number 5, we have Demon Slayer Sweep the Board. Now you can relive the moments of Demon Slayer, the anime, in a board game with your friends. You'll be able to roll dice to reach your goal before your friends, have allies join you with unique abilities to help fight demons from the classic anime, and a bunch of mini games for you to play as well to see who is the best Demon Slayer. Now this is the perfect game for fans of the series to just play and just have fun. Not something too serious, too gritty, too gory, too dark. Just having fun in the Demon Slayer anime. Demon Slayer Sweep the Board is set to release April 25th. At number 4, we have Phantom Fury. Shelly Harrison is back with a new entry, being woken up from a coma and with a bionic arm, and now is in search of the Demon Core. Now you'll travel across America in this classic action movie standard, going to different cities, fighting off different types of bad guys, monsters, and more, with a good variety of weapons from previous games and new weapons that you'll be able to use, all in a retro graphic style look. Now I personally love the look of this game, and it gives me vibes of playing games from that era like Duke Nukem, so it's definitely got a thumbs up for me on that. But we'll have to see how the community takes to this and see how it plays. Like I said, the gunplay looks good to me. It looks very fluid, a lot of fun, a lot of chaos, and that's right up my alley. Phantom Fury is set to release April 23rd. And number 3, we have Sandland. Based on the manga by the creator of Dragon Ball Z, RIP to him. Man, it's not gonna feel the same without him around. But this is based on one of his. You search for the hidden spring so demons and humans can have water and share and live in this crazy world. Now you'll be able to set up your own base that expands and gets larger as you meet and help people. You have a variety of vehicles that you can use, that you can upgrade and customize for the type of enemies that you're going to be fighting, or just to get around the world, as well as your characters that can aid you in battle, and you can upgrade their abilities as well. Now this looks like the perfect game that you could put hundreds of hours into and still have a lot to discover in this world. Sandland is set to release April 26th. At number 2, you have Mishi Wire. In this robot RPG fighter, Earth is invaded and it is up to a few brave people to pilot mechs and fight back for humanity. Now you can play solo or with friends, online, fighting enemies and bosses, and do 3 versus 3 team battles. You'll be able to customize your mech to your fighting style. And you know I'm a big mecha fan. If you know anything about me on the channel, you know I love anything that's got to do with mech. So I will be keeping my eyes on this one. I don't know if I'll have time to do a review on it, but I will be keeping my eye on it. I may stream this one. It just all depends. But I personally love the graphics of this. I love the overtop effects and the attacks and everything. I love it. It just screams mecha and I love it. Mishi Wire is set to release April 25th. And at number 1, we have Stella Blade. When the alien race invades Earth, humans are forced to leave and live off-world in the colony. You play as Eve as a member of the 7th Airborne mission tasked with retaking Earth back from the invaders, but it doesn't go as planned. Now you have to piece together what's really going on while fighting monsters, robots, and helping the humans that still live on Earth. Now the combat of this looks great with its fast-paced, timing for combos, and more. Me personally, I love the graphics of this. I like how it's like hyper realistic, but then still very comedic at the same time, if that makes sense. And I love the setting of it. I love post-apocalyptic type games, and I love how they can tell stories in this game. I can't wait to play this game. I can't wait to get into the combat of this. I feel like this is one of those ones where the combat's gonna feel kind of tough at first, but once you learn it, once you get the grasp of it, oh, you're gonna be taking things down easily. I know the boss battles in this are probably going to be the most nerve-wracking, in my opinion. They're probably going to be the most nerve-wracking thing in this, but once you find their tails and learn how to take them down, oh, it's going to be a breeze. Stella Blade is set to release April 26th. And that's just some of the games we got coming out in April. Like I said, we got a decent collection of good games coming out in April, because this is getting us ready to start coming into the summer. So we'll start probably seeing a lot more bigger games drop, more AAA games and whatnot. But that's going to do it for the video. Let me know how you guys feel. If there's a game coming out that I didn't mention, let me know in the comments below. As always, if you guys like the video, hit that like button. Catch me on my social medias. I'm more active on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it right now. So you can reach me out there if you want to talk about gaming and whatnot. But that's going to do it for me. I got a few more videos to work on, so I will catch you guys later.